Okay, so I'm gonna start talking again, and hopefully everything is working. I can't hear myself, which is not a good sign. And let's try again. Still speaking, and I can't hear myself, which again is not a good sign. I don't know what the fuck is going on the mixer end. That's not good. Pop over to Twitch, take a look, drop this, go over here, and I can hear myself on Twitch just fine, so what the fuck is going on the mixer's end? Then over here, close, I can see you again. Now if I do this, I should be able to hear myself, but after repeatedly trying to pull up my own broadcast on Mixer, I'm still not getting anything. I'm trying to watch a stream and I can't hear it, and I can't see it. So I'm a little concerned here. Just a little concerned. If I turn off this, turn off FTL, turn off test, watch stream, and checking. Nothing. Still nothing. That's really strange. Like, really strange. Let me try killing the Mixer app, killing the Twitter app as well. Mixer again. Come on, Mixer, work, baby, work. Would you like to rate? No, leave me alone. Thank you very much. My channel, watch stream, and hello, can I hear myself? I can't hear myself still on Mixer. Oh, there we go, finally. So I guess the Mixer mobile app is still kind of work in progress. Go figure. It's a young company. I think I know what the problem was. I think I know what the problem is. It has to do with segments. With IP, what is it called? Yeah, it's segments. So what it really means here, I might just set the ISP router. I don't know. I'm not 100% decided on how I want to handle this, but it's like a one-way type of deal. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I need to grow my understanding of networking a little. We'll see if I must. We'll see if I must for this, but. So a moment ago, like yesterday, what I did was yesterday, the day before, I turned back on the 5 gigahertz band on the ISP supplied router. And now I've turned it off again. Yeah, I have a bit of a problem here. I have a bit of a problem. Think my way through this problem. I think my father's got a spare switch, one of my switches, so I may be able to grab something from him. Maybe. Okay. For now, let me just let me do this. Does this work? I should be able to talk to this box from here. Maybe I can't. Maybe I cannot. Alright, well, maybe I can't. Yeah, I can't. But if I do this, yeah, alright, whatever, don't worry about it. I'm not even gonna think about it. But I gotta think about this a little bit. I think there's only one thing coming off of this. It's only one. Yeah, I have my own router doing everything except for one job. all but one task. I'm gonna reorganize this area a little bit. That's for sure. Holy shit, where did this come from? This isn't broken glass. It's like a polycarbonate. But why there's this shard of it here is kind of weird. Sharp. Okay. No big. So let's say that, and we'll need to adjust this guy. Let me double check this, make sure it's working as it ought to. It's not. That is a fickle piece of shit. Yeah. So this one access point I have is a piece of shit. In fact, it can't be seen right now on the network. Turn off Wi-Fi here. I mean, I'm connected directly over to the box. I'm connected directly to it. Nada. Unreachable. Let me go manually power cycle it. Okay. Refuse to connect. Okay, now it's working. It's not, it's actually a different, it's a different radio. It's got a different MAC address entirely. It's really weird. I need to learn more about my Ubiquiti gear. Ubiquiti, Unify, AC HD. APHD, 5 gigahertz. Three by 3 MIMO. Is this? It's all about the ins and outs, the I and the O. Also, I saw something. Somebody said something, or is it a bot that said something? Oops. Connected and... Where's Chewbacca? Chewbacca? There's no Chewbacca. I'm talking about Paul? Paul's right here, he's looking out the window. AC Pro. I don't have the Pro. I mean, I've actually got the HD over here. Just look at it. All right, so the HD optimized for MIMO. So the radio, 5 gigahertz radio on the HD is supposedly capable of 1,733 megabits per second. Supports 500 plus Wi-Fi users. I think what I need to do is take a look at the user guide on the controller and figure out how to do this correctly, because I don't have the guest network on, and what devices on that, clients on that, on this radio band. What I'm looking for is devices, gateway switches, APs. I need to learn how to configure the APs properly. So, like this, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth. So here, let's remote into this guy, my MacBook Air. Okay, and we're in. And dismiss. I should just uninstall a lot of software from the MacBook Air because I don't use it as a productivity machine anymore. So it just needs minimal shit. It just needs to do one job and do it well. So looking back over the devices, my access points, I've got the HD and the ACLR that I'm looking at right now. Let me work on the HD first because it's the one that's further away. I'm making the assumption here that, well, the iPhone 8, really? It's on that, that's weird. Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I might lose you, no matter what I do. So I might very, very well lose you. So the radios, the 5 gig radio, we're doing this, VHT40. I mean, we could switch it down to, I think the reason why it's not giving me the full throughput is because I don't have the channel width maxed out. If I max out the channel width, put it to VHT80, then I ought to see the whole thing. And to confirm, before I just go about adjusting stuff willy-nilly, let me see VHT, search for this keyword here. Looks like there are a few hits. VHT80 operation, if the is part of the channel settings, 0 handoff, WLAN group. Highest TX, lowest TX, antenna gain is only a specific model's channel or keep the defaults. So there's something here called a 0 handoff WLAN group. Like, I've been buying into their system, but I've barely done any research to actually understand how this stuff fits together, right? So WAP configuration, no, it's actually, I just need to keep some new notes here on, specifically on working with the system. So over here, we're gonna make a new page and UNT, unify. So 0 handoff WLAN group. Like, that's a keyword I need to look into. Next, VH2. That's it. It's only these 6 hits. So VHT80. This is how you get to advertised speeds rarely achieved, IRL. Wow, so the latest AC standard uses a 160 megahertz channel width? Really? That's insane. I understand what that is, DFS. So you generally want that double, however wider is means more susceptibility, interference, yeah. Station can auto-detect those by default, must be preset, regulated to be lower power since radar from airports, oh yeah, that's fine. Strong hop frequencies, if you're using it directly with client, make sure to connect to a radio utilizing not all CAN. Frequency availability differs. For those, always go down which was reset, but you effectively double as you double bandwidth. Assuming excellent signal strength, 40 is a good sweet spot. Unless you need extremely fast Wi-Fi performance, have minimal interference, and don't have weak coverage areas already. So I may try, like right now, I don't want to go about and break all of those. I do, actually, I will need to break at least one. I can pull one of them out of line, and hopefully the system is smart enough, it'll hop over, and all will be okay. I do need to do the testing on the HD and the LR. I wanted to figure out how they work and what the best placement is of them, those two devices. I think the placement makes sense right now. I think it makes sense. I wouldn't want to, no, I'm not going to jostle those two around. They actually make a lot of sense. The one that there are a couple I'm not too sure about. The range extender, but that hub, it kind of needs to be there too. I could move that. No, it's still the best spot. I think that a lot of this setup is pretty much frozen. Like when I really think about it, those three are already pretty much set. Those locations, I'm really confident that I want them. If I'm going to add anything, it's probably going to be in the garage, because it's an area I definitely want to bolster. And the other stuff I just need to optimize. Like I need to tune it in order to make sure it's all working right. There's just a little bit of overlap. I don't know that I can run the 80 megahertz channel width. If I run the 80 megahertz channel width, then I can really max shit out, but I've got to watch out for interference at that point. So, yeah, right now, let's make this into a more constrained problem. I was saying redesigning from the ground up, but I think like there's a reason why I set things up the way I did. I'm not at all disappointed in how the stack presently looks. I think it's really just an optimization problem. Optimization, and we have to add on that one. We do have to add on that one, because there's simply, like, it's close but not quite enough bandwidth for the garage. I think that's it. Got barriers there in order to keep it from interfering too much. We just keep the, oh, right. Okay, here's the problem. The real problem, if I recall correctly, so 6400 transmit power. I don't think I can adjust the transmit power on this one unit. Output power. No. Properly positioning the antenna. Yeah, I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure I looked through everything that was there, and it's just a no-go. Simultaneous dual band, blah, 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 beamforming technology, and yada, yada, yada. But I don't think you can actually adjust the output power on this one unit. I think it was a no. Like, pretty fucking sure. Because I was looking at this stuff yesterday. And if I could have adjusted it, I would have dropped it all the way to the bottom. Instead, I noticed that you couldn't. So, as long as there's a hard wire, it's more or less okay. I'm going to end up with wires all over the damn place. Okay, and that location is actually not optimal either. I think I know what I'll do. I think that'll work. That one's gonna be fine. Location's okay. I want to wall mount it. Wall mounts and if it plays nicely, then it's okay. Thick nibbas and anime titties. The link that this Dragonborn dropped, Nightbot called it, but it was to a video on YouTube. Let me share it with you. I don't know if it's any good, so I'll just send it to you directly. Welcome. Intro. I still have so much I should do. The faster I can get this out of the way, the better at this point. I mean, it's always the case, right? Move on to more interesting stuff. This dude is fucking sucked in. Eh? Eh? Okay, yeah, so I wanted to say garage. Obvious, right? Something I talked about some time ago. Got a cable that will reach it. The garage is an area that's going to be more important moving forward. The rest of the house already seems to be okay. Can just be optimized a little further. I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And not sweat it too much. Just kind of go with what I've got and keep adjusting transmit powers until I get it down right. You know, just get a little bit of overlap. So in order to tune this thing properly, so we're going to look at Wi-Fi 5 gigahertz signal noise ratio. I want to figure out what it's going to take in order to keep it excellent in one area and let it fade elsewhere. Fundamentals for wireless, nice. This looks like it would be good. So signal noise ratios, data likely if it's too close to the noise floor, yeah. Signal noise ratios are a measure of the signal strength, yeah. So how high do you want to go? Takes a noise floor, I mean, for instance, yeah, at the noise floor of that, not so much as consider good at location as a noise floor of 90. Not designed to measure it the same way that these particular device. Special adapters are needed in order to do it right. Using a tool like that, you can find that and then calculate that. Signal with a SNR value of 20 decibels or more is recommended for data networks. And 25 decibels or higher for voice applications. Since we're doing video, we want even more. You know, we want a really high signal noise ratio. Let's figure out what this tool is. This is one of those things that it'd be nice to just pay somebody to do, because it does take quite a bit of work. So let me do a new page called Wi-Fi optimization. Setup optimization, and it's always optimization problems. So SNR claims are you don't want to use that thing. SNR impacts performance real world values. For instance, run tickle 30 milliwatts. I'm sure what you can always do is always associate lightning fast with greater than 40 decibel SNR. So you always want somewhere like if you can get 40 plus decibels of a signal noise ratio, that's really strong. So the minimum is going to be 20. No-goes, very slow signals, low speeds, low. So changes made in facility walls, movement in large boxes. Yeah, always. So I think, and I should confirm on that one, it's actually not too big a deal? Hopefully it's not too big a deal. So I did a little bit of measuring yesterday, and you know, I was looking at this guy RE that was still producing just about 30. So let me, but of course the noise floor from the laptop's adapter isn't going to be an accurate indicator, according to the article I read. I mean, so what I've got right now, the device that they were talking about using, shit, it's expensive. This device that they were talking about, oh my god. Fuck, it's really expensive. This is something that you would need to sell other people on in order to actually make sense to purchase. Let me do one more look though. See if I can find it on the Fleabay for less. Fuck, man. Pre-owned, selling for $406. Buy it now. It's expensive. It's an expensive tool. So I'll make the best with what I've got. I'm not trying to build this out into a real consulting type of deal. Not like real going on-prem to help people with this shit, because there are already guys that do this. And I don't want to run around all the time. I don't like that. I'm just trying to make my own setup decent enough. It's gotta be good enough, not perfect. I mean, I want it to be bulletproof, right? The goal is just make it bulletproof. It's not too much to ask, right? We may be able to bump things up to 80 megahertz channel widths though on the HD, and then the LR I don't know. I don't know what it's capable of, but I'll push. I can bump things up a bit just to ensure excellent bandwidth. Provided there's no wireless interference from neighbors, it'll be fine. And I hope by giving it a little bit of distance and tweaking the output power on the ones that I can tweak output power on, I'll be able to get the devices just to seamlessly transition from one point to the other. Oh yeah, there's that other thing. Before I get too deep into all this nitty gritty, there's that one technology that I haven't investigated yet. They recommend using this so-called this device, but it's an expensive device, so it's out of the picture. I'm just gonna make a note of it here. Okay, it's all about the SNR, baby. So recheck even if network's operational. Survey. Having a good surveying tool would be helpful, like really helpful. It calculates all of this stuff for you, huh? What type of hardware do you need to use? Supported adapters. Utility. Preferred adapters. Yeah, I mean all this stuff is systemized. This should be a pretty cheap adapter. And it's all through Windows. Fuck. Passive active noise readings. I want to be able to do noise readings. So in order to really do this on AC, you've really got only one preferred adapter option from this company's experience. So, man, fuck it. Fuck it. I don't think I'm going to go through all that trouble. I'm just going to rely on what the laptop says and cross-reference against what the phones are giving me. And just call it a day. Because you just can't, you know, it's unrealistic to shoot for perfection, but I'm going to try to get as close to it as I can. Because this shit matters to me. It matters, and it's embarrassing when it doesn't work. Okay, let's retry this. Get back in on my MacBook Air and take a look at this guy. Let's take a look at this box. Config. And on the radio, channel width here. Yeah, I can also I can bump that. So I can bump the channel widths on both of them. And it's really just, from there, it's just kind of playing with the transmit power. This one says medium. Is it actually broadcasting on that? WLANs. I mean, the override here says it's disabled, but I need to understand better how these WLAN groups work. I need to understand some basics better. So it's time to hit the books. Minimize this, get it out of the way. For 2, always use this. Normally avoid use lots of legacy devices struggle with those. Usually 5 GHz and only, but I don't use legacy devices. I'm gonna keep up with modern hardware, but it's fine. 40 is fine unless you need extremely fast, which I do need. Most don't do that. It wasn't for my cheap. I have that off until the wider, the weaker signal becomes at the client, and the stronger signal that is required to maintain each modulation rate. The wider a channel is, wider the channel, weaker the signal at the client, and stronger the signal required to maintain each modulation rate. What nobody's telling you about 80 MHz and 160 MHz channel bonding. So maybe 40 is all I want. We can't hit 80. Must be preset. On the station side, DFS or regulated to be low power. That's an important note. Hops around is significantly cleaner since most don't do it. Radio hop frequencies in this band. If it hops around, it can't find enough channel. Radio may shut down and connect directly to a WAP with the client device. Make sure it's able to connect to a radio utilizing DFS frequencies. Not all can. So, I mean, all the networking equipment I've bought is US stuff. So, I'm probably in the clear on that. Probably in the clear. Yeah. It would be nice if I had a better switch up here. I'm gonna move around some of this stuff just to do a better job on my 2.4 GHz shit. Because the way things are set up right now, like, this is not in a central location in the house. It should be moved off to the side, like, as far as possible, to maximize coverage of the 2.4 GHz frequency. 2.4 GHz band. Do I need that one? No, I don't actually need to move it around. That one's fine. What I need to be doing is to, first things first, let me go ahead and change things back around a bit. Yeah, I've been doing some unnecessary work. It's fine. Hop in on this. Hopefully it's working okay. It's not acting up. The signal from there is apparently really good. Yeah, it is. It should definitely be better because the other ones are all downstairs and it's got walls to penetrate, right? And you're dealing with 5 GHz. It's expected, should be expected. So going back over to the wireless, this one's off and that's fine. In fact, I might turn it on. Provided there's no conflicts, I might turn it back on. USB settings, we don't need. I could set up a print server, but I don't even need that. I don't want a printer sitting over there anyhow. Yeah, the printer is essentially useless. Like, I don't want to be using paper. Dual band selection to enable and disable wireless 5 GHz wireless settings here. 5, change this, AC mixed. It can also move to 80 megahertz. But I need to finish reading that thing in order to decide if that's a good idea or a bad idea entirely. Channel selections on this side, it does not allow for anything above 48s. So this UNII-2 is not supported by that route, by that box. 149 upwards, nor is the UNII-2 extension. So it can only work on UNII-1 and UNII-3. WDS bridging. Wireless distribution system that enables wireless interconnection of access points in a wireless network. Expanded using without the need for a wire to connect them as is traditionally required. Not interested. I don't want that. Okay. I'm gonna toggle this back on again, like switching SSIDs, and hopefully I don't lose you. Anything's possible. PSK, this is all good. Yep. Okay, advanced on the wireless side. Transmit power is set to high. No wonder this is problematic. I'm gonna drop it to low right now. Beacon intervals, all this stuff, it's beyond me right now. I need to keep on reading. Lockdown with wireless routers, wireless isolation. Lockdown is I have wireless isolation. For instance, to connect wirelessly to a wired computer to communicate with each other. I don't need that. I trust everything. Yeah, I trust everything. So I don't need this. This is only for like, yeah, it's businesses with public Wi-Fi networks or anyone who's just a bit paranoid. I'm not that paranoid. Restricts clients can't interact. Devices connect more secured wired. Only can communicate with each other. They can only access the internet. Not interested in that. So, what's WMM? Wireless. Wi-Fi multimedia subset of 802.11 spec that enhances QoS by prioritizing data category. Okay. So if it prioritizes, say, like video, yeah, placing it in a second tier. Voice packets for whatever. I don't really care too much. What's the short GI? Short guard intervals and multipath intent avoid signal loss from multipath effect. Okay, let me read about that. Don't light your office or get short change or short guard. Let me read about this short guard interval. Should be fine now. Double checking here. Yeah, I'm no longer connected to this guy because I dropped the output power, and I'm actually right now. My computer at least. Hopefully this is still working. My computer at least is talking over to a different one entirely. This is only max rate 400 megabits per second. It's the one that's downstairs inside of my bedroom. Let's check this out real quick, see if it's working. I should be monitoring more proactively, but I'm, what the fuck, offline? What? What? What on earth? Why? That can't be right, though. Yeah, I mean, this is still working. You can hear me okay, yeah? I was looking at Mixer and for some reason it's claiming my channel's offline on this. Maybe the app is just fucked. Yeah, it claims it's offline. What the fuck? Twitch says I have 1 viewer. And just checking this out. Everything looks fine here. It looks smooth. Can I hear it though? Yeah, so I can hear fine here. Everything's working here. But Mixer, why would Mixer claim that my channel's offline? Why? If it claims it's offline on my mobile, then chances are it's offline here too. Let me disconnect from this. Previously recorded content. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? It went down it went down a while ago. It's weird. Should I bother with it right now? Yeah, I'm going to. It's not good. Нет, please. I'm gonna bring it down and pop everything back up again. Just try to get to the bottom of this Mixer thing. Connect. Be right back. Okay, so that should be it. That should have brought everything back on. And just to confirm, I hope the Mixer thing is working properly. Because if it's not, I'm gonna be pretty peeved. Yeah. What the fuck? Dude, seriously, what the fuck right now? You're kidding me. Why isn't this working? Oh, okay, now it's indicating that it's live. And alright, it's working. I have no idea why I had a toggle there. That's really weird. And on top of that, this isn't in the FTL. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna flip this over, flip that switch, and see if the FTL is actually working properly. Is it working? Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to see. Good. Okay, so learning some nuances about these particular units, the particular units that I have available to me. So the one, I actually have this over here, but I can go ahead and close that and go back over to this sheet called Computing Inventory. And make a note here that this particular guy supports these bands only, UNII-1 and UNII-3 only. Whereas the other guys I think are okay to go all across the board. The ISP supplied one, the reason why I don't want to use it, because, reasons. The reason why I don't want to use the ISP supplied one is it's on a different network segment. Everything goes through the router plus firewall. And from there, I could go even further with this. I could get a lot more complicated with my network setup, but I'm a simple guy. I like things to be simple. And trust is a major factor. It'd be nice if I didn't have to make it into a factor, right? But the truth is, if you want to operate, if you want to get your system set up to the point where you trust is a non-issue, you're going to have to spend quite a bit in the way of resources. You're going to spend a lot more. Achieving real security with this type of shit takes time. A lot of time, a lot of energy. I would rather just rely on trust. So there's no security through obscurity. It's just like if somebody came in and it was a bad actor, they could easily just steal all of my networking equipment. They could come and reset all my shit, you know. And that's why I have to be careful, somewhat careful about who comes in. Like, no random fucking strangers. That makes sense, right? That's just common sense. So we rely on trust. Let's go ahead and set this guy up then. We're gonna run this one in the garage. So I think I have it down here. I've got it noted. Yep, that's the 2.4. And I suppose this last one is just the MAC address over here. Whoa. Yeah, okay, so that last one, 39, that must be for the Ethernet port. Let me note the serial since I have it here in front of me. Okay, so let's go ahead and deploy this guy, and then I'll do some testing on it. For now, I'm just gonna let this cable run all the way into the garage. I think it can make the run. I think it will reach. If it doesn't, I'll move things around a little bit such that it can reach. I may have some super long cables elsewhere. But before we do that, before I go ahead and do all that, let me take some time on this particular setup. Like, invest a little bit of time here. Because I'm up here anyways, right? I'm gonna put you off to the side, or you can get a bit of a view. You can see a bit of what I'm working with here. All right, that's the... Don't jump on the backseat rover. Jump on. I'm gonna go get my tobacco. Be right back. Oh, while I'm at it, I may as well actually go ahead and deploy this. See you in a second. Okay, if this is the case, I may actually need to cut the cable off of a different one or run an extension. It's not actually going to be long enough to hit the garage. Fuck. Ah. The garage is important to me. I do want the garage online. So I have to be willing then to move this guy from its present location. This cable is so long. Christ. So long. Alright, let me figure out just how bad this is. How much run do we need? Pull this guy. There, pull my shoes. Up here, put on some kicks. Oh, it does reach. Lord, it reaches. It reaches, but I need a longer cable still. I still need a longer cable. But at least it actually reaches. Alright, welcome to the network, baby. You're online now. Oh, I forgot my tobacco. Woo! Alright. Alright. It's looking chaotic. It's chaotic around here. It's just the beginning. This is the beginning. Right, everything is in flux here. It's been the case for a long time. In fact, for most of it, I've been moving a lot slower than I would like. So I'm actually really happy. Oh, both of these have batteries inside. Okay, cool. This one here right now. My Wiimotes. Alright, because we were playing that game the other day. Put up my controller. The PS2 Slim isn't presently being used. This guy. So we're gonna need to do a little bit of work. Okay, this guy is kind of useful, but not here. This couch doesn't actually accommodate this thing with shit. So I'm gonna toss it to the side. Got more retro consoles, by the way, than just the PS2. One of these days, I'm gonna bring my Dreamcast back online and have fun with it. That was my first ever game console. So here we go. This old thing. Ah, that's where my coasters were. Okay. I'm gonna take this entire thing downstairs because it's got some useful stuff on it that I need to play with. This fan box in the corner here does not need to be here. I'm gonna remove this and throw it this over here off to the side again. Everything's getting moved around. Let me make room here. This is a PS2, Xbox, all sorts of old gold here. Old but gold. What's inside of this? Wii stuff, nunchucks, controller. Oh, so I can do 3 players. Yeah, I just need the Wiimote. And we're in business. Let me, since the speakers aren't presently being used, what I'll do is I'll move the speakers all the way off to the side, as opposed to putting this box in the corner, because the speakers are much lower profile, and they're less of a nuisance to look at compared to like boxes. You know? Gives us a little bit of operating space to operate with here. Okay, so Wii. I could lay the Wii on its side on one of these shelves, so it's not taking up space right next to the TV. I want this thing moved, but just a bit. It's kind of nudged out a little bit. This guy is very important. It's a VIP. VIP over here. What's this leading to? Oh, that's really goofy. What the fuck is that over there? Alright, so in order to make this, commit to this move, I will need to bring down the network. The entire network. And I'm not going to do that right now. Instead, I'm going to think about this a little. I want this. This is actually a solid position. This seat is perfectly, more or less perfectly centered with this thing. And it could be made slightly better. But it's like, that's pretty much as good as it's going to get here. It's actually a fine position for it. the things to look out for. Eventually we'll get a receiver up here too. I have a receiver in the theater room. I don't know if I actually puffed on this yet, but I'm gonna try it again. It's probably spent. So for now, let me, I don't need to bundle anything. Just gonna move this. This is a big ugly cable over here. This guy, they're beautiful.